Hey everybody, welcome back to another video on my channel today. Today in this episode, guys, it is Matthew here. It is towards the end of the year finally, as a matter of fact, and so that means it's time for me to share my top 10 picks for the best movies of 2023, as a matter of fact. And this was one of the hardest years for me to put together a top 10 list. Water break for a second, because I loved a lot of good movies this year, as a matter of fact. So I'm gonna have a lot of dishonorable mentions to go through. So we are gonna go through those first, as a matter of fact, and very quickly. And so with that said, guys, be sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video with your friends, because that really help on my channel greatly. And also, guys, those of you guys that are new to the channel, I do more than just movies and physical media related stuff. I also do Lego related stuff and video games, all sorts of stuff like that, guys. So if that kind of stuff is your speed to watch on YouTube, guys, please make sure you go watch a couple of my other videos. Give a couple of my other videos a chance, guys. And if you do end up liking this channel, guys, please do hit that red subscribe button. But most importantly, press that notification bell so you don't miss anything in the future. And those of you guys that are not new to the channel, and if you haven't subscribed already, please make sure you go subscribe right after this video, guys. But without further ado, guys, enjoy the video. Let's get started with those honorable mentions first. So, first up on my list, for honorable mentions is going to be Cocaine Bear. So I liked this movie a lot. I actually thought that this was a pretty fun movie, as a matter of fact, and I would love to see this movie again because it was just so funny, and I really liked this movie a lot. And then next up on our list is Megan, a robotic doll. The one about the robotic doll. Excuse me, guys. So the one about I really enjoyed Megan as well, as a matter of fact. And then next up on our list is we got Elemental, as a matter of fact. So I had it as a dishonorable mention because this movie was really good. It was a huge improvement over the previous Pixar films before this one, as a matter of fact. And then I thought The Little Mermaid was a good live-action remake, so that one's up next, so I put it as a dishonorable mention. And then we finally got Chicken Run 2 this year, and unfortunately I couldn't fit it into my top 10 list, but I really did enjoy it, as a matter of fact. And then next up on our list, we got a action spy film with Jason Statham. It is called Operation Fortune, as a matter of fact. I enjoyed this movie out as well. And next up on our list is another action movie, and that is Hidden Strike, as a matter of fact. So this is a military action movie starring Jackie Chan and John Cena, as a matter of fact. This movie was really fun. Next up is another John Cena movie, and that is an action comedy called Freelance. And I had a good time with this movie. It was funny, it was full of action, as a matter of fact, and I would watch this movie over and over and over again if I could, as a matter of fact. And then next up on our list we have Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. I really did enjoy this as a fantasy movie. I really did. And then we got Transformers: Rise of the Beast, which was also really good, as a matter of fact. And we got Shazam 2, which I actually thought it was better than the first one, but that was just my opinion, though, as a matter of fact. And then we got The Meg to the Trench. Also had a fun time with it. I know a lot of people didn't really like it, but I enjoyed it, as a matter of fact. And then we got Blue Beetle, which was a really good, solid movie in the DC world, as a matter of fact. Like, I literally have the cup and the popcorn bucket up there from my local Regal movie theater, as a matter of fact. And then next up is Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1 and John Wick Chapter 4. So now I know a lot of people think that those are going to go on their top 10 list, as a matter of fact. But there was some other movies I wanted to fit into my top 10 list that I unfortunately could not fit in there, as a matter of fact. But next up on the list, the final honorable mention is Barbie, and I really did enjoy this movie, as a matter of fact. From what I understand, a lot of people did enjoy it, as a matter of fact, because I definitely sure did, as a matter of fact. But moving into the actual top 10 now, top 10 for me is going to be Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, as a matter of fact. So now I know a lot of people did not really enjoy this movie as much, but I sure did enjoy it, as a matter of fact, because, like I said, I'm a big Ant-Man fan, and what I really like about this movie is that you have two stories that get combined together, because you get the backstory of MODOK, which is Darren, the guy that Ant-Man fought in the first movie, as a matter of fact, and then also created the Yellow Jacket suit, as a matter of fact, and then you also have the bad guy, which the Wasp's mom left in the quantum realm, as a matter of fact. So yeah, and they give you a backstory about him, and so I just liked how these stories get put together, and I just think it really plays off the movie very well, and I just think it deserves to be in the top 10, or at least in my opinion, as a matter of fact. But coming in at number 9 is going to be The Equalizer 3, as a matter of fact. This is probably, in my opinion, the best Equalizer film, as a matter of fact. And this was another one I had a fun time with. Like you guys know, I like over the top violence when they're killing and slashing and shooting up the bad guys. I like all that jazz, as a matter of fact, and The Equalizer 3 tended to be one of those. And then the John Wick movies did too, so I enjoy those movies as well, as a matter of fact. But this particular Equalizer film, I had an absolute blast. I hope we get an Equalizer 4, because that would be great if we did, because I thought it was so good that there has to be a fourth movie for this one, as a matter of fact. But coming in at number 8 is going to be Fast X, as a matter of fact. So now, this was another one that I had a blast with. I know the ending was a little bit sad because of what happened to everybody, but I am so hyped for the next Fast and the Furious film now, because this movie played the action really well. I know we lost everybody, but it got me hyped for Fast 11 and Fast 12, as a matter of fact, because like I said, they're turning this movie into an ending trilogy now. And this movie, and I have a feeling from here on out, it's just going to be a blast. Because Fast 5, it was better than the first 4 movies. And from Fast 5 on, these movies have been really getting me in the mood for all of these fast cars and whatnot, and I had an absolute blast. I have been having a blast with all of these movies, and I'm hyped for the next 2 movies that we are gonna get in this franchise, as a matter of fact. Coming in at number 7 is going to be The Flash. So this was another DC movie that I really, really, really enjoyed, as a matter of fact, because I love this movie. I wanted to fit all four of the DC films that we got into my top 10 list, but unfortunately I couldn't. But I have one other one that is on this list, as a matter of fact, which we'll talk about here in a second, as a matter of fact. But the Flash movie was an absolute blast. I was super hyped that they brought back Michael Keaton's Batman. And that's what played this movie out really good for me. Like, I also even have the Flash cup and popcorn bucket up there from the same movie theater I went to, as a matter of fact. And this movie, I had a pleasant time with it. It was so good. I haven't watched it again. I want to watch it again. I just unfortunately have not had the time. And it comes in at number 7 on my list. Coming in at number 6 is going to be Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. This was minus Guardians of the Galaxy. This one was probably my favorite superhero movie of this year. So, for my same local movie theater, I also have the Aquaman popcorn bucket and the cup from the same movie theater I went to. And this movie was an absolute blast. I had a fun time with it. I was super hyped that they brought back Black Manta, as a matter of fact, and I was super excited to see him in action again. And this was a damn good movie. I cannot wait to see what the future of DC brings, as a matter of fact. But I know this was the finale of the DCEU movies, but I bet you there's going to be more DC movies that are not part of the DCEU to come in the future, as a matter of fact. Coming in at number 5 is going to be Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, as a matter of fact. And so now for this movie, I know a lot of people, some people didn't think it was as good, but I enjoyed it. It was better, in my opinion, better than The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull and The Temple of Doom, as a matter of fact. I thought this was a beautiful send-off to Indiana Jones and his relationship with his wife, as a matter of fact. I know the son died, as a matter of fact, and they didn't really show it at all, but I was kind of glad that they did kill off the son, though, because, bear with me, Shia LaBeouf played him in The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and because Shia LaBeouf, he's been blacklisted multiple times, and as far as I know, he's not done the best things, like, at all. And I'm fine with him killing him off because you can't really replace him, in my opinion, because yeah, that's just my opinion. I enjoyed this movie. I had a fun time with it. It was a blast, as a matter of fact, and it comes in at number 5 on my list. Coming at number 4 is going to be Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, as a matter of fact. So now, I know almost everybody enjoyed this movie. I 100% agree. This movie was an absolute blast, as a matter of fact. Like, I could watch this movie on repeat, as a matter of fact. This was one of the biggest movies, in my opinion, to watch on repeat, as a matter of fact. I would love to see this movie again. I'd love to watch it multiple more times, and I would really enjoy this movie for what it was, because it was so good, as a matter of fact. But coming in at number 3, my second and third spot are going to be Netflix original films, as a matter of fact. So coming in at number 3 is going to be The Outlaws. So now, I heard a lot of people didn't really like this movie at all. I was shocked to hear that, as a matter of fact, because I thought that this was a great comedy movie, a great action comedy, and this was another one that I thought deserved to be granted as like one of the best action comedy movies of all time. I really like this movie a whole lot. So now, for those of you that have never heard of this movie, so it's about Adam Devine. He works at a bank and he's getting married, as a matter of fact, and his father and mother-in-law rob his bank because they need to get money because bad guys are after his wife, as a matter of fact. So with his fiance, that's his in-laws' daughter, as a matter of fact. And so they rob a bank to try to get money to get to them, but then they end up losing it, and Adam Devine has to help his in-laws get the money to help try to save his fiance, as a matter of fact. So yeah, this was a great comedy. There is so many pop culture references in this movie, and I really enjoyed it, as a matter of fact. But coming in at number 2 is going to be Your Place or Mine. What top 10 movies of the year list would my top 10 favorite movies of the year be without my girl Reese Witherspoon, as a matter of fact? So now I've only watched this one time, and it was back when it dropped on Netflix, but I have actually been wanting to watch this movie again. So this is a rom-com starring Reese Witherspoon and Ashton Kutcher, as a matter of fact. I thought that this movie was really good, and this was another rom-com that I'd watch again, and I don't want to spoil it too much, but it's one that I would definitely recommend because I really enjoyed it, as a matter of fact. But coming in at number 1, this is probably going to be a very controversial opinion, though. Hold on, I gotta take a drink of water. This is probably going to be a very controversial opinion, but coming in at number 1 for me is going to be The Expendables 4, as a matter of fact. So now, I know a lot of people didn't really like this movie as much as the others, but I had a blast with this. So now I don't want to spoil this movie too much, guys, in case you guys, for those of you that have not seen it, but this movie was an absolute blast of a film, as a matter of fact. And like I said, I like over-the-top violence when they're just taking out the bad guys in really violent ways, as a matter of fact. This movie was one of the best movies. This was one of the best action movies of all time that I've ever saw. Sorry guys, my dad just walked in the door, so I was getting distracted a little bit. But yes, this was one of the greatest action movies of the year, as a matter of fact. And I really did enjoy this movie for what it was, as a matter of fact. And so yeah, seeing Sylvester Stallone and Jason Statham, Dolph Lundgren, and seeing those 3 guys at least on screen together was a blast. I can't remember if Jet Li was in this one, but for some reason they took out Terry Crews, and then Arnold Schwarzenegger and Bruce Willis were not in this movie, so that was kind of a letdown, as a matter of fact. But minus that, this was a really good movie for me. I love these movies. I hope we get a 5th movie. I'm hoping we get a 4th Equalizer movie, and I'm hoping we'll get a 5th John Wick, because there has to be another John Wick. There has to be at least one more movie for all of these, as a matter of fact. And it comes in at number 1 on my list. So yeah, guys, those are my picks for the top 10 best movies of 2023. As a matter of fact, be sure you share your list down in the comment section down below. As a matter of fact, and so yeah, guys, but stay tuned for tomorrow because I will be doing the top 10 worst movies of 2023. As a matter of fact, so make sure you all stay tuned for that. As a matter of fact, but with that said, guys, be sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video with your friends because that'd really help out my channel greatly. And also, guys, those of you guys that are new to the channel, I do more than just movies and physical media related stuff. I also do Lego related stuff, video games, all sorts of stuff like that, guys. So if that kind of stuff is your speed to watch on YouTube, guys, please make sure you go watch a couple of my other videos. Give a couple of my other videos a chance, guys. And if you do end up liking this channel, guys, please make sure you hit that red subscribe button. But most importantly, make sure you press that notification bell so you don't miss anything in the future. And those of you guys that are not new to the channel, and if you haven't subscribed already, please make sure you go subscribe right after this video, guys. But without any further ado, guys, I'm going to go bring you back to more videos because more videos are on the way sooner rather than later, as a matter of fact, guys. But with that said, guys, take care, drink water, and stay safe, and I will see you all in the very next video. Bye!